Okay, so you're new to crypto and you're like, man, I've seen so many people make money, but I've also heard about so many people losing money. And obviously, I do not want to be the latter of the two. If that's you, put a one in the comments and make sure you stay for this video. We're going to be talking about how you make sure that you don't lose in crypto. Now, some of the things that I'm going to say are going to be kind of common sense. But when you get into that euphoria stage where all these influencers, myself and everybody else, talking about how crypto is going to be absolutely crazy. It's going to get nuts. Oh my God. Yeah, that's going to come. And when it comes, all the things that we've been telling you and you think, I got this, I'm going to be all right, that's common sense, are going to go out the fucking window. Why? Because euphoria. It hits you like I can't say the word, but it's those things that you do that are illegal, you know? And then what happens is, you forget about everything you learned. Oh, it's going to go higher. It's going to keep going. I may make my first 100,000. I may make my first $1 million. Oh my God. And then it's over. It fucking ends. And it just goes down and it drops so fast. You look 3 days later, you're at 900 grand or you're at 90,000 or you're at 9 grand or whatever it is. And then you're down 50%. And then it comes back up a little bit. And you're like, okay, we're going to be all right. It's coming back up. And then it dumps again. And then it keeps on going. And it doesn't stop. And for 2.5 years, it fucking sucks. Yeah, that's what you need to worry about. So how do you overcome that? How do you make sure that you don't end up being the exit liquidity for everybody else and falling for that euphoric trap? Let's talk about it. If you guys don't know me, my name is Coach Ty. I've been in crypto for, again, 10 years, and I've seen all this happen. I've made a mistake, so let me make them for you so that you can have success in this market. And if you're still here, make sure you guys click the follow button. If you're not followed, like or double tap the screen and share the video with the 3 dots below. Let's get into it. So the number one thing, the most important thing is taking profits. Well, duh, Tyler. Okay. How do you make sure that you don't let the euphoria hit you? Well, you're going to have to work on your greed meter. What do I mean by that? I think that a lot of my cryptos have potential to do a 10, 15, 20, some of them even a 50x, 100x. Even though I think strongly that a lot of my cryptos are going to do that, do you think that I'm going to wait for that to happen? The answer is no. I'm not going to fucking wait for the 15, 20, 50, 100x. I'm going to sell on the way up. Let me show you on a whiteboard exactly what I mean. All right, so obviously I'm not a professional artist, but you get the point. So down here you have X crypto, whatever crypto it is that you own, right? And you think, or you've heard me or whoever say, we think it can do a 20x. I'm not keeping all of my money in until a 20x though, because what if it doesn't hit that? What if it goes higher, right? What if it goes lower? What if the bull run ends or a black swan happens? Anything can happen. So my number one rule is at a 2x, right? I sell my initials. Why do I do that? Because if I sell my initials on say a 2 or 3x, guess what? I never lose, ever. Because now I'm playing with house money. It's like going to the casino. I can't say that word. Gotta be careful there with TikTok. But it's like going to that place and playing that game. And if you get it on red or black and you double your money, you know, cool. You get my point. All right. Moving over. Now you got 5x. And this is based off 20. Maybe it's 100x or whatever. I'm just doing 20x. Now you got a 5x, right? And maybe you're going to take off another 10%. Maybe it's 15%. You're going to start shaving off the top, right? Now, what do you do with that money? Well, some of it you may want to put into Bitcoin. Some of it you may want to put into USDC. Some of it you may want to put into cash. Why would I put some of that profit into Bitcoin? Number one, I'm going to hold Bitcoin forever. I literally just the last couple of days did really well on some cryptos. I sold some of it, bought an entire Bitcoin. I will never sell that Bitcoin ever. I will live off of it, live off the interest the rest of my life. It'll go in a trust. It'll pass on to my kids. It'll be like owning land or a farm that I leave to my family, except for it's not much work to keep it, you know, to maintain it, right? Anyways, you get the point. So I'm going to be buying some Bitcoin with it. Whatever that percentage is, I don't know. I'm not your fucking financial advisor. I'm just giving you some ideas that I do. You guys can decide if you want to use it. Some of it's going to go into USDC or USDT. Why? because I want to be able to get back into the market if we have something like a black swan or something I see that I want to buy that I don't have any more extra money, but oh my God, I've been taking profits on this one, I can put it back into this one. And then some of it's going to go into cash money because that's the profit that never goes back into the market. That's where you buy your car, your house, you change your fucking life, right? So these are the 3 buckets. 1, 2, 3 buckets where my profits are going to go. Now let's say I get to a 7, 8x, right? So that crypto has done a 7 or 8x total so far. I'm going to sell another 10, maybe 20%, right? Because let's just say you only get a 7x. That's still way more than you're going to get anywhere else. Put a 1 in the chat if I'm right. Where are you getting a 7x your money in a year or two's time? Anywhere. It's not happening. So that's huge. So I'm going to sell another 10, 20%. Then I get to that 10x mark. I'm going to sell another 10 to 20%, right? So on and so forth. I'm going to start dollar cost averaging out. But as I get to that 13, that 15, or as I get closer, maybe this is 100x you're trying to get to. I don't know, whatever the goal is that you think you're going to get to. As I get closer to that goal, I'm actually going to start selling more. Maybe I'll sell 30% of what's left, or 40%, or 50% of what's left, right? Because I'm getting closer to my goal, and if I don't reach my goal, and this is the peak, right? Well, by this time, I'm almost out of the crypto, the entire amount. And now I have, for this 20x or 100x or whatever it is, I have what I call a moon bag. And I let that ride out. I see what it does. If I really feel that the market is done, it's over, everybody's saying it's over, then I just get rid of it. Maybe I'm wrong and this thing doesn't do a 20x, but it does a 40x. I still have 10, maybe 20, 25% of my portfolio left to get that 100x, that 20x. Then I end up averaging myself a 20x. I end up averaging an 11x, a 12x, whatever. Remember I said don't be greedy though. That's one of the biggest things people do is they get way too fucking greedy and then they end up losing everything because they wait for this and they don't sell, don't sell, don't sell, don't sell, don't sell. And then out of nowhere, the market does this, tricks you, oh, it's going to go back up, and then just dumps. And it dumps way faster than it goes up. So check it out. Get back on. So now that you just saw how I'm going to be taking profits, well, that's the most important thing. But now, well, Tyler, I don't even have any crypto, or I don't have enough. Well, that same concept about selling that I just showed you applies to buying as well. So you still have time. We're at the beginning of 2025, and we haven't even seen the epic bull run that we've been waiting for, the astronomical euphoria that everybody talks about. So you're going to do the same thing, except for instead of selling, you're going to buy. Right? Every time you get paid, right? You set up an automatic buy and you buy 10 bucks, 20 bucks, 50 bucks, 100 bucks, 1,000 bucks, whatever it is that you can afford. And the key to crypto investing, especially because this is a very volatile market, is you do not want to invest more than you're willing to risk. Because what will happen is if you put too much money in, this market will do some crazy shit. This market will literally go up hundreds of %, and then it will dump back down to almost where you fucking started. Sometimes, depending on where you get in, maybe you bought close to the top of a specific rally and it will dump and you'll be down 50%, 80%, and you're going, this is over, I'm done. Oh my God, I just lost all my money. And that's where people will sell instead of just waiting and dollar cost averaging. That is one of your best fucking friends in investing is dollar cost averaging. I don't care. You can listen to these people in the comments that DCA is crazy and it's stupid and blah, 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 and this and that. Yeah, those people, they're commenting on a TikTok video about how that's crazy. You want to know why? Because they're probably broke. Now, the next thing and the last thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is narratives. Understanding narratives in crypto is very, very important, right? There are going to be narratives like RWA, real world asset, AI, DePIN, DeFi, gaming, so on and so forth. One of the biggest narratives that I don't think enough people are talking about is the decentralized science narrative. That's going to be a big one. But those narratives, they come and they go. And that money, a lot of the same money goes narrative to narrative. So if you start to see your crypto, and oh my God, Tyler, or someone said that the market's going to go this long and we're already doing 10x and 15. Dude, take your fucking profits. Who cares if we think it's going to go further? You hit your goals. You made 7, 10, 15, 20 extra money.